Stop scrolling because this is the last movie list you'll need today. Welcome back to Watchlist, the channel bringing you every type of movie, every genre, every twist, and every ending you didn't see coming, all wrapped into fast recaps that hit different every single time. Today we're diving into 5 movies where cheating crossed every single line it could possibly cross, wives who broke their vows in ways that shattered entire families, and the consequences that followed were darker and messier than anyone expected. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now because we drop content exactly like this every single day, and you do not want to miss what's coming next. Let's get straight into number 5. Number 5, I beg you to stop doing this because this woman did it and it destroyed everything. Goche has it all, a wealthy husband, a booming boutique, a life everyone else wishes they had, but boredom is eating her alive from the inside. One night she finds a manuscript on her husband's desk, a story called Ashes, about a woman obsessed with a mysterious carpenter named M, and something about it consumes her completely. She reads it obsessively, she can't stop, and then she realizes the places in the book are real. The bakery is real, the streets are real, so she goes looking for M herself. She finds a carpenter named Metin who looks exactly like the character, and within days they're tangled in a dangerous, reckless affair, while her husband Keenan senses something is wrong. He starts digging, and what he uncovers about the author of that manuscript will change everything, because the writer died a year before the book ever reached his desk. So who really wrote it? And why does Metin know every detail of that story like he lived it? That's the question that turns this from a steamy affair into something far more sinister.
Number 4, why is nobody talking about how far a mother-in-law will go to protect her fortune? Catherine used to be a Hollywood star. Now she's trapped inside her own body, locked in, unable to speak, unable to move, only able to blink. And the only person trying to reach her is her nurse, Nikki. But Catherine's daughter-in-law, Lena, holds all the answers nobody else has. Years earlier, Lena married Jamie, Catherine's sickly stepson, and inherited a life of wealth and suspicion the moment she said, "I do." As the story unfolds in flashbacks, we learn Lena wasn't exactly faithful. An affair sets off a chain reaction nobody saw coming. Secrets, betrayal, and a murder plot that ties every single person in this family together. Catherine despises Lena from day one, convinced she married Jamie for the money, and the tension between them turns explosive once Lena's affair becomes impossible to hide. But here's the real twist. The question this entire movie hinges on isn't who had the affair, it's who's the real victim in this story, and that answer will completely flip everything you think you know by the final scene. I'm not spoiling how Catherine ends up locked in. You have to watch Locked In yourself to piece it together. If you're enjoying this list so far, tap that like button right now, because number 3 is an absolute roller coaster.
Number 3, I waited for the perfect vacation, but it never came, so I got a nightmare instead. Beth is a new mom, exhausted, feeling distant from her husband Rob, so her best friend Kate convinces her to escape to Croatia for one wild weekend away. They hit the clubs, 2 men start flirting, Kate even pushes Beth toward a one-night stand to shake off the dullness of married life. But the next morning, Beth wakes up foggy, confused, and Kate is nowhere to be found. What starts as a missing persons case quickly turns personal when the police name Beth their prime suspect. She's drugged, tested, humiliated, and desperate to prove her innocence. She teams up with a local taxi driver to retrace every step of that night. But the deeper she digs, the more she uncovers about her best friend's secret life, including messages on Kate's phone that reveal an affair, one that connects directly back to Beth's own husband. Everyone in this story is hiding something, and the person responsible for Kate's disappearance is closer to home than Beth ever imagined. I won't tell you who did it or why. That twist is worth experiencing for yourself in the weekend away. Make sure you're subscribed because number 2 on this list involves alibis, lies, and a friendship built entirely on secrets.
Number 2, here's how you can ruin your entire life to escape a boring marriage. Bodil and Isabel are best friends, successful, seemingly happy, and completely done settling for ordinary. So every few months they escape together for a weekend, using each other as alibis to sneak off and have affairs their husbands know nothing about. They plan every detail, they cover every lie, nothing has ever gone wrong. Until the weekend Isabel goes missing, and a pool of blood is found where she should have been. Bodil becomes the prime suspect overnight, and to save herself, she has to unravel her own web of lies while the police, both husbands, and a hired hitman all close in around her. As she digs deeper, she discovers a manuscript, a name connected to a killer and a betrayal that goes far beyond infidelity. Someone in this story wanted her dead, and it's not who you'd expect. The affairs were never the real danger here. The real danger was what these women were willing to do to protect each other when everything fell apart. I'm cutting it off right there because Faithfully Yours deserves your full attention, not a spoiler. Hit subscribe now because our number 1 pick is the most talked about cheating scandal movie of the decade.
Number 1. Here's a question that will haunt you long after this recap ends. Did she push him or did he jump?
Sandra, her husband Samuel, and their visually impaired son Daniel live an isolated life in the French Alps until Samuel is found dead in the snow below their chalet. It's ruled a suspicious death, and Sandra becomes the prime suspect in her own husband's murder. As the trial unfolds, prosecutors play a recorded argument between the couple, and it exposes a marriage falling apart, accusations of plagiarism, control, resentment, and an affair Sandra had with another woman the year before Samuel died. The prosecution paints her infidelity as a motive for murder, claiming Samuel's jealousy and rage led to the fight that ended his life. But Sandra insists the violence heard on that tape was Samuel hurting himself. Their own son Daniel becomes the only witness capable of testifying, forced to choose between protecting his mother and telling the truth about what he actually remembers. The evidence keeps shifting, the truth keeps slipping further away, and by the end, you're left deciding the verdict yourself. I won't tell you what the jury decides. Anatomy of a Fall demands you watch it and form your own conclusion. If this list kept you hooked till the very end, you already know what to do. Smash subscribe. We're just getting started on Watchlist.